Once a US Marine soldier was severely injured in the Korean War. As he was lying paralyzed on the hospital bed, he couldn't move any of his limbs. All his muscles were paralyzed. He could only move his mouth and his eyes. But then he had an inspiration. He wanted to read books. He devised a book rack that could move across his bed, and he started to read books. After some time, he had another inspiration. He wanted to learn typing. He got a typing book. He kept the book on the book rack and memorized the entire typing screen. And in his own visualization throughout the day, he would visualize his fingers go on the typing machine and typing the letters, and the letters appearing on the page. Many months passed like this while he was on the hospital bed. Every day, religiously, for 30 minutes, he would do typing in his mind, visualizing himself typing. After many months, when he became okay, when he went through all his exercises and he was able to move his hands and legs, the first thing he did as soon as he came out of the bed was he went to the hospital office. And while there, he asked permission whether he could use the typewriter. For the first time in his life, he was typing. And he was seeing the exact screen, exact keyboard of the typewriter that he had visualized for so many months. And for the first time, he started to type, his fingers actually touching the actual typewriter keyboard. And to his amazement, he typed 52 words in a minute without any error. How did he do this feat? How did he become so masterful in this art of typing? Many reasons. Firstly, and the most important thing, he didn't allow his circumstance to define him. Circumstances only tell us where we are, not where we should be. He focused on where he wanted to go, not where he is. He focused on what he can do, not what he can't do. And as soon as he had an inspiration to do something, as soon as he had this inspiration to learn typing, he got into it fully and he used his power of imagination to actually learn typing. And the result is that he came out much more confident. This inspiration, this focus, because he had a purpose through which he could follow during these hospital days, that could actually keep him motivated during those tough times. And then he came out more confident and he had become successful in an art. In my own life, I remember many years back, I was going through one of my toughest phases in my life. I was physically weak, physically down, emotionally down, spiritually down, mentally down. This was one of the worst phases, the darkest phases of my life. And it was going in a negative spiral. It was getting worse and worse. That is the time I decided that I needed something to do. I needed an inspiration. I needed a project where I could actually focus on. And that is the time I actually got into this project called Gita Champions League, where I had to conduct exams for school children across Goa. And I kept myself busy for months and months together organizing this competition, where I would actually go to different schools and inspire children to participate in this. So in this period, when we conducted this Gita Champions League, almost 12,000 children took part and we touched almost 120 schools. And all this I was doing in some of the worst phases of my life. Why? Because until we don't have a purpose to live for, it's very difficult to pass through bad phases. It's very difficult to pass through tough phases in life. And the result is, I came out much more confident. And this Gita Champions League, this project, this challenge that I embraced, actually got me out of my negative spiral. And actually I could contribute something to the society. And it became one of my biggest achievements in life. So similarly, we all need to understand that circumstances don't define us. We should never allow circumstances to define us. Whatever inspiration we have, we should get going with it. Whatever resources we have, whatever we can do, we should start with it. And the result is, we'll become much more successful and we'll come out much more confident in life. Thank you.